Good afternoon, my friends. I hope you are doing well, and I hope everybody is happy, healthy, and safe. It is a lovely spring day today. So today I thought I would share a little message. I don't know why it was coming to me, but it came along the lines of something like, should I say, a computer reference. So if any of you are into programming or using the terminal, you'll understand what command.com means. And that means the central hub, the central point of access from where you can communicate whatever lines of code or programming you want to relay to the machine, and the machine will process it as follows. So what I thought was quite interesting, and I don't know why, but I did, when we like to tap into our subconscious, when we use our conscious mind to dive into the waters of the subconscious, I'd like to think of command.com, and I'll actually go as far as saying it. So maybe I'll close my eyes in a moment of silence or a quiet place, and I'll say command.com. And the funny thing is that I'll get a response, something like, yes, master, or something like, how can I help you? How can I serve you? And then from there on, you make your requests, you make your prayers, your affirmations, your meditations. So I thought that was something cool to share. Today I'm going to give a little bit of an oracle reading. Nothing special, nothing too long, but for who it might work for or who it might connect to, this is for you. Now, you might have felt a little anxious these days, and that can very well have to do with the shifts that are occurring now in the collective unconscious, in the ethers, for good or bad, whether you've done the inner work or not. And I've been saying this for the past couple of videos now. But it's something to keep in mind, that it's nothing to truly worry about. Because at the end of the day, when you concede control to the powers beyond you, to spirit, to God, to whatever you wish to refer to it as, you'll find things will work out. They will work out well. And perhaps not in ways that you wanted, but definitely in ways that you needed. So I got 3 oracle decks here. I'll draw one from each, and we can see what little messages are there to share. There we go. Almost. There we go. That's one. Okay. Now the second deck. Something, a little bit of a quote from the Bible that I appreciate very well, especially during moments of fear or anxiety. They say, God is not a God of fear, but of love and a sound mind. There's another thing Jesus said, was, in my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would not have told you. So it might seem that things are maybe happening a little slow, and impatience can grow, and that can happen. But what that usually means is that we're looking at things in the 3D, and we want them to occur in visible and tangible ways, visible and tangible results. And that takes time. You see, what can happen in the spirit happens instantly. It's thought, and thought doesn't really need 3-dimensional objects. It's formless, and so it can happen right away. Here we go. So what that essentially means for us is that we need to come back to terms and remember that imagination creates reality. And so if we can imagine something happening, if we can foresee it and we can envision it, and it can happen in our dream state and it can happen in our thoughts, it very well, very much so, must happen in reality. But that takes time. So one more card. Oh, that was fast. Okay, very nice. This one's a little more energetic. Okay, so the first card we got in order is gratitude. Things may not have happened in the fastest form. We might have gone through a few trials and tribulations that, can have us feeling a little bit sour. To be honest, to be truly honest, we are human beings after all. We manifest a plethora of imagination, imaginal acts, imaginal thoughts. We have both polarities in us, lightness and dark, goodness and bad. Oh, here's another thing I'd like to share. This is from Jewish thought. When God created us, when we came into this world, whichever you wish to follow, God planted within us something called the wayward spirit. Now what's this? It's called Yetzer Hara. And this is a beautiful concept. A bit scary at first when you think about it, but a very beautiful concept when you actually expand and give it some time to gel. You see, if we were simply love and light alone, we might be a little bit more like automatons, one-sided, no depth, cardboard if you want to say so, NPCs. But because we have this wayward spirit, this inclination to do wrong things or to do immoral things, if you will, it adds a depth of character. It adds the human spirit. And it gives us the whole myriad of colors and contrasts that make us what we are today, that make us human beings, as opposed to simply being love, 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 light, love, 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 light. You see, these things would mean nothing if you did not have something to compare it to give contrast to. Nothing can be better than what is unless there's an understanding of something that is lesser or inferior or not as good. So gratitude, we give gratitude for the things that happen in our lives, for the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. This is the second card now, is the universe. Now the universe speaks to everything from within to without. The beautiful occultic axiom, as above, so below. As within, so without. As the universe, so the soul, is something that deserves a good deal of contemplation. We must trust in the universe, and we must trust that if our intuition is well intact with us, well connected to us, command.com, remember, connect to my intuition, that things will always work out in the best possible way for our benefit, for our good, for the good of all as well. Now, perhaps it might not be the best news to those adversaries within us, the adversaries of doubt, of anxiety, of fear, as well as the adversaries without, bitter friends, jealous family members. You understand where I'm going with this. But even if it doesn't seem to work out so well in their favor as it works out in yours, it's happening for a reason. There is a lesson to be learned on all sides, two sides to every coin. Now the final card, before I close this short little reading, is Shakti. Shakti, in India, refers to power. Not just any power, but more so the power of passion, the power of energy, of inner drive, the power of imagination. Now we can use our imagination as the Yetzer Hara commands, as the wayward spirit was instilled upon us. We can use our imagination for good things, to uplift humanity, to help others, to serve. Or we can use our imagination for foul things, selfish things, greedy things, immoral things, things that bring down others, hurt others, for the sake of our joy or our benefit. But that's an illusion, because the more we hurt others, the more we will eventually hurt ourselves. Because as is told in Punjabi, Ikko ik, one. It's all one. Very similar to the ancient Greek Xantopan, the all is one. Now the image that came to mind is the Ouroboros, the cycle, the eternal infinite cycle, even the infinity symbol. All things are connected. All things share the same source of energy. Now, whether you want to call that spirit, whether you want to call that God, whether you want to call that Sri Akal Purakh, that's up to you. It is a being with many names and no names at all. You take care, collective. It was a pleasure, indeed.